Very good morning, friends. I hope you are all safe as well as healthy. Well, I have been discussing some very important aspects of India's too, and today in this video, we're going to talk in terms of joint and byproducts. Immediately the thought what comes to the mind is that when you're looking at a joint and byproduct, it reminds you, you must have done something in cost accounting where we recollect that there is something called a joint processing cost. And the joint processing cost is supposed to be apportioned between the joint and byproducts as per various methods what are prescribed in cost accounting. So what is the role of this in terms of inventory valuation? Well, so let's say, for example, when you are considering that, let's say, two or more than two products are being jointly manufactured, then we've got a joint processing cost related to those two or more than two products. So the question rises, how would you allocate the JPC in terms of various joint products or byproducts? What does Indus 2 tell us in terms of treatment of the JPC in terms of joint and byproducts? Let's find this in detail with reference to the para number which is given in Indus 2. CA फाइनल के लिए जो बच्चे मई 22 की अपनी तैयारी कर रहे हैं उनके लिए अनअकैडमी पर आ रहा है एफआर ऑडिट का एक कॉम्बो। ये फास्ट ट्रैक बैचेस हैं जिसके अंदर फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग और ऑडिट आप दोनों अटेंड कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल लाइव। ये बैचेस शुरू होने जा रहे हैं 16 फरवरी से, यानी कि कमिंग वेडनेसडे को, और इसके अंदर एफआर मैं ले रहा हूं और ऑडिट ले रही हैं खुशबू सांवी मैम। तो आप इस एफआर और ऑडिट के कॉम्बो के ऑफर में अपने सब्जेक्ट्स कवर कर सकते हैं। इन सब्जेक्ट्स के अंदर अगर मैं आपसे खासकर फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग की बात करूं तो फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग के अंदर हम जो इम्पोर्टेंट इंडेस हैं उनके एक कंसेप्ट रिविजन्स भी करेंगे और उसके साथ साथ मैं आपके साथ इसके अंदर प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस भी सॉल्व करूंगा। आपको इस डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स के अंदर इन बैचेस का लिंक मिलेगा और यदि फिर भी आपके मन में कुछ क्वेरीज आती हैं, कुछ डिटेल्स आप चाहते हैं, तो एक नंबर आप देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन पर 8585858585 जिस पर आप कॉल करके और डिटेल्स ले सकते हैं। तो आइए इस मई 22 अटेम्प्ट को मिलकर लेट्स क्रैक इट। We can see the para number 14 which defines the treatment of joint as well as byproduct. It says a production process may result in more than one product being produced simultaneously. So it could be a case of joint products or it could be a case of what we call a main and a byproduct. The standard further says that this is the case, for example, when joint products are produced, one, or when there is a main and a byproduct. So I would say the para number 14 is looking at two situations. One is that there is a case of joint products and one is a case where there is a case of a main and a byproduct. Then he says, if I just skip a line, it says the allocation. That means when you're looking in terms of allocating the JPC, the allocation may be based, for example, on the relative sales value of each product, either at the production process, that means at the splitter point, or when the products become separately identifiable, what we technically call sales after further processing. That's what we used to do in cost accounting, that the joint processing cost is apportioned between the joint products or between the main and the byproducts in the ratio of sales value at the splitter point or the sales value which is after further processing. Then it adds on something very interesting. So we can say in a journal principle, whether it's a case of a joint products or it is a case of a main and a byproducts, we need to basically apportion the JPC in the relative sales value, either at the splitter point or let's say after further processing. But then it says most byproducts by the nature are immaterial. So he's not talking about the joint products, but he's talking about the byproducts. So the Indus acknowledges the fact that most of the byproducts are immaterial in nature. When this is the case, that means when the byproducts are immaterial, they are often measured at NRV. and this value is deducted from the cost of the main product, which means that if you've got, let's say, byproducts which are immaterial, then the JPC will be taken. We will take the NRV of the byproduct, reduce it from the JPC, get the net cost. Now that net cost belongs to the main product. Now I think let's take 2-3 situations with you. First situation, let's say the company has got A, B, C, 3 products, they are joint products. What will I do? I will take the JPC, apportion it between A, B, C in the ratio of relative sales value. Next, you've got, let's say, 3 products A, B, C. A and B are the main products, C is a byproduct. Now, once you say that C is a byproduct, you need to decide whether it's material or it's immaterial in nature. Now, let's say you assume that it's material in nature, then you would apportion the JPC between A, B, C in the ratio of relative sales value, treating the byproduct as good as a joint product. Situation number 3, that you've got, let's say, ABC, AB are the main product, C is the byproduct, and C is something which is immaterial in nature. Now what do? You take the JPC, reduce the NRV of C from the JPC. Now this net JPC is apportioned between A and B only. That means you're going to confront a total of 3 situations, as I said. One is that all 3 are joint products. Let's say A and B are main products and C is the byproduct which is material, treated as good as joint products. And the third case is that AB are, let's say, the main product, C is a byproduct which is immaterial. The moment it is immaterial, we are indirectly treating it as scrap. So we are saying that let's calculate the JPC, reduce the NRV of the byproduct, and the net cost is only to be allocated to the main products only. That is what the guidance in Ind AS 2 is on joint and byproducts. Isn't that interesting indeed? So that's all in this particular video. Thank you for watching. Wait for some more interesting agendas coming on Ind AS 2. Bye-bye and take care.